Today we're going to talk about the top 20 home sales in the United States so far in 2020, and we're starting right now. Even though we are in the middle of the coronavirus pandemic here in 2020, home sales have not slowed down, and the luxury market is zooming right along. I'm going to recap the top 20 home sales in the United States, starting with the cheapest one in Aspen, Colorado, and going up to number 1. So number 20 is a beautiful home in Aspen, Colorado, and this closed back in March. It's a 16,720 square foot mansion, and it's built right into the base of a mountain. It sold for $22 million. Pretty nice property. 19 is a Beverly Hills estate, and it was purchased by Sophia Vergara, who's America's Got Talent new host, and her husband, and it was formerly owned by Barry Bonds, and he is a very well-known baseball player. Number 18 is in Palm Beach County in Palm Beach, Florida, and this is a sale of $33.2 million, and the original owner was Mark Pulte, and he's a real estate developer in the nation. Number 17 is 1 Dalton Street, and that's in Boston, Massachusetts. And this is a beautiful private residence in the Four Seasons Hotel, and this sold for a whopping $34 million. Can you imagine the views they have from that property? Wow, it's beautiful. Number 16 is in the Silicon Valley in Atherton, California, $35.25 million. And this is a San Francisco Bay Area home, and it belonged to the late co-founder of Microsoft, Paul Allen. Number 15 is a beautiful home in Coral Gables, Florida, and the combined cost that someone paid for this one is $37.6 million. And there were 3 separate parcels sold in together on this property. It had an estate home for $25.5 million, tennis court across the street from the home sold for $5.4 million, and then an adjacent lot sold for $6.7 million, making that total $37.6 million. A $5.4 million tennis court. That's an expensive game of tennis. All right, we're moving back to LA. We are at 145 North Mapleton Drive, and this estate sold for $36.5 million. And Kylie Jenner bought this property. 13, 10410 Bellagio Road, $43 million in Los Angeles, and this Bel Air mansion was designed by architect Paul Williams. Number 12 is an oceanfront estate, and Bill and Melinda Gates dropped $43 million for this property. Number 11 is Westlands, and that's in White River Valley, Colorado. Now, about 6 weeks after Michael Bloomberg dropped out of the presidential election run, he skedaddled out to White River Valley, Colorado, and dropped $45 million for this property. That's a far cry from living in the big city. Look at that beautiful property. Number 10 is Further Lane Estate. This is a $45 million property in East Hampton, New York. Those people in the Hamptons, woo, those are some property prices, wow. Number 9 is Ocean Boulevard Estate, and this is an estate that once belonged to Alfred Taubman. He was a late mall mogul, and this one closed for $46.75 million. Number 8 is in Coral Gables, Florida, sold for $49 million. Number 7 is called Opus, and this is a $50 million Los Angeles mansion, and it's a 20,500 square foot mansion in Beverly Hills. Number 6, we're heading back over to New York City. This is located in the building called 220 Central Park South, and someone purchased 4 separate units for a combined cost of $207 million. And it was a single buyer, and the developer is not quite sure if they're going to combine the 4 units into one large property or leave them as individual 5,495 square feet units. So we'll see. Number 5, we're heading back over to the Hamptons, and we are in Southampton, a $58 million property, closed, and it is known that many of the New York City's ultra wealthy people escaped the city to go to the Hamptons and were willing to pay up to $2 million to rent a home through the summer. Amazing. Number 4, we're back in New York City, is 111 West 57th. This is a under construction condominiums on Manhattan's Billionaire Row, approximately $30 million each. So that total sales price was $60.5 million. Whew, can you imagine those views? Number 3, we are heading back to LA, and we are at 10721 Stradella Court. $60 million sale. This home was once linked to Robert Shapiro, and I'm sure a lot of you know who that is. Number 2 is called the Foothill Estate, and this one was purchased by entertainment mogul David Geffen, and he dropped a nice little $68 million for this 3.3 acre property. But coincidentally, this same Mr. David Geffen is the one who sold the number 1 property to its new owner. So David Geffen sold the Los Angeles Warner Estate to none other than Jeff Bezos for a whopping $165 million. So Mr. Bezos paid $165 million. Mr. Geffen bought a new property for $68, so Mr. Geffen's still holding on to $97 million, and I'm sure Jeff Bezos has a few million left over as well. So those are the top 20 most expensive home sales in the United States so far in 2020. If you want to see what's happening in the Central Florida luxury market, I put a link below so you can check out our prices, what our homes look like, and what our prices look like in Central Florida. And they're not quite as high as those, but they are just as beautiful. I hope you guys are staying happy and healthy, and click over there for another video, and make sure you subscribe if you haven't yet. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye everybody.